Championship coverage here in 5A continues. Next up, it's the boys 5A title matchup featuring the Rattlers of Sharyland and the Mavericks of Morton Ranch. As we welcome you back to Birkelbach Field for this third and final day, it is Championship Saturday here in Georgetown, Texas. Lincoln Rose along with Arch Bell welcoming you back here to Central Texas. Arch, when we take a look at the two teams, first up for Sharyland, that 3-1 victory, a decisive win over Mansfield. It included that 5th-minute goal from Garcia, but more importantly, a game winner, one of 2 goals from Olivares.
Jesus Olivares was exceptional on Thursday, winning over Mansfield with those 2 goals. Sharyland, a team that loves to be able to play out of the back, through the midfield, and up to the forwards. They play with a lot of flair, a lot of creativity. They're extremely fun to watch.
While the Rattlers had that 3-1 decision, it was a 4-1 decision in favor of Morton Ranch over Westlake. And along the way, you looked at the hat trick that they were able to register, a rare feat here in the state tournament.
Omar Acosta getting the hat trick, had some help from Jason Aiken as well, who had a goal, but it was Acosta who was superb against the Westlake Chaparrals, getting those 3 goals. And now Morton Ranch, a team that is just ruthlessly efficient with their passing of the ball. Another team that keeps the ball low to the ground. We're really in store for a great final.
Acosta with that rare feat of 3 goals. He is telling folks he was not feeling 100%. Hate to see what he can do if he is going at full speed. Fans, coming up next, it is kickoff of the 2012 Class 5A Boys State Championship game. The Rattlers and Mavericks coming up next here on Time Warner Cable Sports and the Texas Channel.
That could be the potential product that a player who might see a loose ball might try to crash into you a little bit.
It did draw a yellow out against the Mavericks. Here is Morton Ranch, driving shot, up and in. That one from 40 yards or better. The equalizer for the Mavericks of Morton Ranch.
It's nothing short of marvelous there by Acosta. What a strike. Just gets the touch on it. Here's the ball right there. Acosta sizing up his chances, sees that Medina's off his line, that gives it a go, and puts it in the only place where he could have beat Medina. It's a magnificent strike.
4th goal of the state tournament for Omar Acosta, the senior, looking to go out in style.
Oh, what a golazo. I mean, what an absolutely magnificent shot from Acosta. Like you said, 40 yards out. There he is on the 30-yard line. Great top spin on that ball. Medina just slightly off his line. Acosta recognizing that. Oh, what a strike.
It's a brand new match. Not quite midway into this opening half. Obviously a devastating loss for any team who makes it this far and is so close to playing for a state title.
Yeah, and I know they were expecting more coming into that game, ranked nationally number 3. But Morton Ranch.
Header, far post, and that will give the Mavericks their first lead in the state championship game. Guess who?
Exactly, it's Acosta again, this time using his head. It goes from it's a cabezazo, a thumping header from Acosta. Here's the flick on, and Acosta just over the outstretched fingertips of Medina. Medina maybe getting a late break on that. Perhaps blocked by one of his defenders. But just an excellent header from Acosta. And pretty safe to say that Omar Acosta is essentially taken over this state tournament.
It just isn't fair. Omar Acosta first, a 40-yard bullet into the top of the net, just underneath the crossbar, and that one altering the course of the ball. The senior passed the freshman. And for Acosta, his 5th goal in these 2 state tournament games, a little under 1.5 matches of play.
I can't help but think he's going somewhere next year to play, because if you're a college coach watching this one, it's an impressive feat to see what Acosta has done in this state tournament. Just using it, long-range threat, header, he's doing it all.
Sharyland looking for the quick answer. They, for the first time, trail here in the state championship game. There's a brief stoppage in play, and again, Omar Acosta. 3 goals in the semifinal, 2 goals here in the first half of the championship game. and you always wonder who will be able to ignore the pressure of playing on the big stage here with so much on the line.
Yeah, here's another look at the goal. Good throw in. See the flick on there. Back header, and then Acosta perfectly positioned in front of the defender, able to head it over Medina. Again, a nice look here. There's the header. Maybe that was Barragan, I think it was, who headed it over to Acosta. Acosta just finding the right place on the field in front of the defender. Over the outstretched fingertips of Medina and into the goal.
Drive off the right foot coming up. One hopper to Gonzalez.
And just right there, look at that. The long ball, the punt into Acosta, able to just bring it in with his foot. So soft.
And again, Aiken doing what he's been doing all match long. And here is a yellow being issued the way.
And this is big because 3 seconds left in the half. Acosta lining up the free kick. They have a chance here to try to get another goal right before halftime. That's a big foul on the yellow, stops the clock. And Morton Ranch, a chance to maybe try to steal a goal right before the break.
Second yellow of the half against the Rattlers of Sherryland.
And Acosta with these free kicks, we saw in the semifinal against Westlake, he's able to get it on target. Remember that last shot, Medina kind of bobbled it a little bit. We'll see what happens here.
You see the time on the clock. This is the final look for either team here in this opening half. Can the Mavericks claim a 2-goal lead? Acosta off the left foot, far post, bending in, caught out, and that is how the opening half will come to a conclusion. Appropriately, with a great look from Omar Acosta, whose 2 goals have the Mavericks out on top with the inside track to the 2012 5A State Championship. Highlights and stats coming your way when we return here on Time Warner Cable Sports and the Texas Channel. Highlights and stats coming your way. We also have 2 more championship games coming your way in Class 4A after this one. But again, highlights and stats when we return here on the Texas Channel. Not head to the locker room, but stay out on the field. We take a look back at some of the more memorable moments from a very eventful first half.
Well, here you see Morton Ranch getting the action going. A long-range effort from Acosta. We'll see more of that later on. But Sherryland, basically in the first 10 to 15 minutes, a little bit more the aggressor, that ball floating in. Gonzalez handling it with no problem. But here's Sherryland again. The ball into Garcia. Gets it. Past the defender. Off the deflection. Able to put it past Gonzalez for the goal. So Garcia again putting the Rattlers on the board first. But here's the answer right here. And it comes from 40 yards out. Acosta booming it into the back of the net. Sized up his chances. Saw Medina was off his line. And you bet he's swarmed by his teammates after that effort. Here's the second goal from Acosta. The throw-in, header, and then the header from Acosta into the back of the net. And Omar Acosta using his boot, using his head, getting the job done.
Sherryland from 30 yards. The stop, and 80 minutes will not be enough to decide the 2012 5A Boys State Championship. When we come back, they'll put another period up on the clock. Overtime coming up, 2 10-minute halves.